Now at 6, he was already serving a life sentence for murder when he strangled his cellmate at Tecumseh, simply because the cellmate was talking a lot. Patrick Schroeder will soon learn if he gets capital punishment. His actions were clear, but some death penalty opponents believe the process is shrouded in secrecy. Good evening, I'm Craig DeGrelli.
And I'm Jennifer Griswold. The two-time convicted killer will find out whether he'll be put on death row tomorrow. Senior reporter Jake Wazakowski has why some say the system is flawed. Jake?
Guys, some organizations question how the state can move forward with these hearings when the combination of drugs Nebraska plans to use to carry out executions has never been tested.
In Johnson County District Court, Patrick Schroeder will find out whether he will be put to death or not on Friday for killing a farmer in 2016 and his cellmate in 2017 at the Tecumseh prison. In an interview, Schroeder believes he deserves to die.
Nebraskans did vote to bring back the death penalty, but they did not vote for experimentation or secrecy in the death penalty process.
Matt Molley with Nebraskans for Alternatives to the Death Penalty says the process is a huge mess right now. The ACLU is suing Governor Ricketts, the state attorney general, and the Department of Corrections because they say the state developed a flawed execution protocol without reviewing it publicly.
To try to move forward and kill a human being with a never-before-tried combination of drugs that we have no idea if they're going to work. Medical professionals have serious concerns about the safety of this combination of drugs, and we have no idea where they came from, and the state is keeping that a secret from its citizens. That's pretty crazy.
In 2015, the Department of Corrections tried to buy $54,000 worth of drugs from a provider in India. The state was not able to obtain them after the federal government did not approve the drugs. In late 2017, the Corrections Department said they purchased drugs legally, but the ACLU says if not stopped, Nebraska will execute inmates in a manner that hasn't been legally approved.
If we're going to pursue an execution, we have to make absolutely sure that it's going properly, and we're putting every safeguard in place because there's no room for secrecy in this process, there's no room for experimentation, and most importantly, there's no room for error.
More on that lawsuit against the Department of Corrections, Attorney General, and the governor. They did have a trial this month. A judge has taken it under advisement. Now, the governor's office says the drugs were purchased from a licensed U.S. pharmacy and one expires in August. Now, they also added the death penalty protocol is posted publicly online. But when I checked, it didn't include what drugs are used and how they are being administered. Reporting live, Jake Wazakowski, 3 News Now.
The Nebraska Supreme Court ruled more than 40 years ago to reinstate the death penalty, but since then, the state has only executed 3 convicted killers. Harold Willie Ote was put to death in 1994. John Joubert was executed in 1996, and Robert Williams in 1997. All 3 died in the electric chair. In 2008, the Nebraska prison system switched to lethal injection following a ruling by the state Supreme Court. Justices ruled electrocution was cruel and unusual punishment. Since its approval, Nebraska has not used lethal injection. Currently, 11 men sit on death row. The most recently added, Nico Jenkins, who murdered 4 people in Omaha in August of 2013. Also on death row, Roy Ellis, convicted of kidnapping and killing 12-year-old Amber Harris in 2005. And Kerry Dean Moore, he killed 2 Omaha cab drivers in 1979. Recently, Nebraska Attorney General Doug Peterson requested an execution warrant for Moore. If issued, Moore would be executed within 30 days.